A goal me and Alex set into attention this year was that we want to surround ourselves with better and more incredible people. You're crazy until there's a few people that are crazy with you. 2 days in London, we're gonna meet About Blank, the band for me in streetwear right now in Europe that is taking over. It's like the latest revolution. That from Jaded London, legendary, fully from House of Errors. What they've done is very unique and very outstanding. It's gonna be fucking wild. We're going to get Asos offices in. I think they do over 3.5 billion in revenue. So an absolute giant and monster.
Bruno Casanovas, the not-so-ordinary life of a creative director. Created by Jack Henderson and Perry Davies in 2021, About Blank was born with the mission to design fresh, contemporary menswear. Thanks to their creative campaigns, they've become one of London's hottest brands, placing themselves at the heart of the city's fashion scene.
It was me and Jack, just me and Jack until June last year.
Whoa. Yeah. Has there been like any tilting point? Was there any like moment where you're like, fuck?
We found out that if we could do like these fast reels, which showed a bit of behind the scenes, but also showed a bit of like where we were shooting to give people like an idea of like the design and things like that, and then a flash of the clothes. We just had that like momentum going, and I think it was like April 2022 was the first big one where it just went like crazy.
Jack is the top creator in the world.
Wow. Now like our office is probably like 4 times the size.
Yeah.
We've doubled the staff. It's like, okay, now we need to start.
We were like, oh shit, we now have to keep all this work going and then try and make more. We just thought, oh, we could just keep going and going with it. Yeah. So then only when it got to sort of the last 3 months of last year, it felt like we were just getting up above the water again.
Yeah.
So
it happened to us.
Yeah.
I look back at the videos where it was me and Alex in our living room, and you look back at those moments, you're like, fuck, man. I was special. Like we were living something we had no idea what was gonna happen. Now the plan is to create the best brand. I think like our mindset has really switched from like revenue to like brand equity value is like our #1 thing. And I think it's something you guys have innate, but when you grow so much, you try to kind of recenter a little bit of like, hey, what do we have to do to create the best brands? Maybe we have to communicate less, maybe we have to make less product, maybe I have to focus more on product. So I think now the mission is that.
Beanie Junior.
Oh yeah, I saw on your Instagram, yeah, on the plane, that was fucking dope.
we need to get Jude.
Jude, yeah, he's the one.
That's the one. Did you see this little back wheel?
We're like the very, very Gen Z, I think.
Yeah.
Lovely sweet man. Hey, Alex. Well, no, people, these are spaces. Beautiful.
This is the collection coming out.
This is the summer collection, yeah.
Summer collection coming out right now.
Yeah, so it starts from next week, which is like the knitwear that's folded up over there. And then like you get on into like the shirts and things like that for summer. And then trying to do more of this like technical, like outdoor sort of cool shit.
They're clean.
Yeah.
Clean, no?
But we're still trying to like perfect the fit like every year. It's like, let's do this, let's change that. Like, we started doing like kick-off meetings, so it's like, right, what are we like, me and Perry, what is James, our designer, like, what is it like, what we all think, and then we sit down and have like a kick-off, and we're like, right, what can we do with the factories that we're working with, and then go from there. But we always try and like build off our other blocks, so rather than like buying something and then like copying it, it's like, right, taking another jacket and then make it into the puffer jacket, which is hard, but it keeps everything like on the same level.
So it's a pleasure. We're gonna leave you now and let you enjoy and work and do a couple cool styles.
Nice to meet you, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you, bro. Nice to meet you.
Love to meet you.
Es verdad que Jaded está a otro puto nivel.
Bien cosas hacen, tío. Y este vestido, en plan, yo creo que lo habrán vendido. Son 2 hermanos. ¿Verdad? Y que se dividen el negocio y el hermano chico lleva la línea de hombre y la hermana chica lleva la línea de mujer. Y para mí eso ya habla de una obsesión con el producto que tienes. Claro. No me hablas de que se dividen operaciones y tal. No, me hablas de que uno se divide hombre y otro se divide mujer. Porque es un negocio de puto producto. Y el producto de Jaded es...
Founded 12 years ago by brothers Jade and Grant, Jaded London emerged to challenge fashion norms with bold, boundary-pushing designs. From the heart of London to the forefront of worldwide e-commerce, their unique style has become a defining force in the city's fashion scene.
Love partnership. You guys fully divide women's and men's, and you're like the CEO of Woman and the creative director of Woman.
Correct.
And vice versa.
Same.
And then you guys share like operations and all that. You guys are
And
debating between each other.
When I saw that one of you did men and the other women's, I'm like, that's why they do amazing, because
I
you're very
couldn't
product
do-
driven.
I couldn't do
You're very
men's.
product driven, and I love that because
Yeah.
our
You could do
business is
men.
about product.
Product.
Really?
I'm a bit more tapped into like she's very women's wear.
Yeah. So you have no idea about us, right?
That's what I'm trying to. She's. Whereas I follow you, so I know every pop-up you're doing in Portugal, this one, that one, that. I'm
Yes,
seeing every
way more
YouTube,
to
seeing your Black Friday standing, doing a talk for your team. I'm more in the detail of that
crazy.
world.
I didn't even know if you knew anything about
No,
us.
massively.
It was a
Nice
pleasure.
to meet you.
Hopefully we get to interrupt you a bit later if we have any other question, okay? Thank you so much.
We thought there was a market for like selling D2C and brand and Shopify and Instagram. So we started like 13 years ago.
You're on another level. No, you're my friend.
I look up to you two.
As a competitor, as a brand owner, I do look at Jaded as
Yeah.
a beautiful business.
Yeah.
Because I think your website is intact. Your e-commerce is the best e-commerce I personally like, because I
It's
think
all in there, in that room.
So it's kind of 3 stages of like super simple product first, then it's like more about the outfit, building out how the customer probably sees us as a full look, and then the campaign, which is like full storytelling of the full collection.
They're shooting in Egypt. They're everywhere, the creative team. We fly them everywhere. And he says to me, Grant, do you want to do collab with, don't know who, but whatever? And I'm like, I quite like it, but are they into it? If we get their belief, it then turns out to be a success. If they're not into it, they're not into it, and it usually doesn't do well.
What things do you keep in mind building your collection?
It can't just come from you. It has to be like everyone you're recruiting in creative marketing should love product as well. The product does the talking. You go into something, the product tells the story.
What tips would you give us to structure the collection?
It all starts from a mood board of a vision, and then the vision kind of gets narrowed down into CAD, and then the product comes in. Oh, I can see it styled with that. We need to do a jean to go with that. We need to do a beanie to go with that. We need to do that, and then it forms a theme.
As Grant was saying, it's important to build it out from there. Like, okay, what would be the best T-shirt for this denim, or like, and the world comes from that side of things. You know what I mean? It's built out from there.
I already admire the brand so much, I'm not surprised that at the end of the day, its meaning is you.
Yeah.
It's like it's real. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. Great to meet you. You too, man. No, congratulations to you guys.
Todo el cielo, cuelan al brillo de Dios. Un rayo cayó en tus ojos.
Do you know the brand or no?
Yeah, man, I can't believe you boys are in London. I'm on camera and everything, I'm in your vlogs. It's shaking.
How did you discover the brand? Was it because of the blogs or?
You boys are everywhere. What do you mean how do I discover the brand? You're everywhere. I sell office space at the moment, but I'm actually building my own Mediterranean clothing company.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
In the process of raising investment, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've seen you. I've read up on you boys, so it's quite mad for me to be here.
That's so
Obviously a
cool,
little
man.
bit. Yeah, so we've been pushing on it for like 6 months now, so it's taken its time.
You know what we should recommend to him? You know the podcast of the CEO of Netflix?
Ah,
The one where you know the Diary of a CEO?
Yeah.
There's a
Stephen Bartlett.
podcast the CEO of Netflix did on there.
Yeah.
That I think was very cool, and he talked about testing out things.
That is the key to being an entrepreneur. You have an idea, quickly, cheap and easy test it, find out it's ridiculous, abandon it, go on to the next one.
To do tests with the amount less of money spent, so the risk is least possible, and being very fast.
Boys, thank you so much for your time.
If that could
And your
be any
advice.
help, that was amazing.
Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate
Nice to meet you.
it. And you, take
See you
care,
soon.
all the
We'll
best.
see you all over the store in London, huh? Okay.
It's all about showing people things they may have seen before, but in a completely different light. That's how Fully, the founder of House of Errors, describes his brand. Fashion that seems to come straight out from the future.
You were here, I admire so much what you guys are doing with House of Errors. I think it's fucking amazing. A lot of people have come to like, oh, it's really blown up this year. But to me, it just felt like another, it went faster than the previous years. Every year goes faster than the last one, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's like, I think there's a lot of people that discovered it this year, and I guess I don't pay that much attention to. It didn't feel like a massive blow up. I think it must have been. I think the thing that changed this year though is we got a lot more serious with like the campaigns, which I think shifted the perception on the brand.
So I think for me it was this pieces. I started blowing my fucking mind because I think it's genius, and the whole campaign. You seen the campaign for this? It's like playing football but in the mountain. This campaign is.
That was my favorite one we did. So I almost found myself looking closer to brands that are really good at business rather than brands I look to
super creative
for like design. So I think when I was watching your vlogs and you're in an office with hella people, and I was like, I'm probably like 30 and he's been at this for like 12 years. I've been at it for 5 years. I was like, damn, bro.
You're looking forward for what's coming. Like you also need to try to anticipate and prepare for what's next and build a structure for it, you know?
And I really believe in you. I think, like, who am I to say no? But I think you, with what the brand puts out to the world, is very aligned.
Asos is more than just an online fashion retailer. With a commitment to offering the latest trends for every body and gender, Asos brings together over 800 brands and 40,000 styles.
Small idea.
And we're right at its heart.
An incredible cultural movement and an amazing brand.
I want to start off with a huge appreciation for what you guys do. We just had our first meeting of the day, just so you get a bit of context for us. It feels like we're in like Camp Rock right now, you know. We came here for the day and we have like a few meetings set up and we just want to learn.
1 month after we met each other, we started the brand. We did our first production of like 30 t-shirts. We got I don't know if I can say it, but we got the fruit of the loom tags to print the first tees. We had like 3 markets, which were like our friends, our family, and our university. And from there on, we started growing and we reinvested everything that we made.
When you don't have resources, it kind of makes you smart in the way of we just kind of have to do whatever we could to get the word out. Word of mouth was always the best thing because you're crazy until there's a few people that are crazy with you. This whole community thing is so cool, it's so powerful, it's so real that I think that's definitely like what made us stand out.
We're big fans of searching the magic into everything we do. It's our most important value is called buscar la magia, which is search for magic.
In a world that is maybe sometimes slightly vain or slightly empty in the emotion and passionate way, as designers and as creatives, we have the opportunity to create a little bit of passion, a little bit of love, something that moves what we have inside. So I think we're all super lucky. You asked me 6 years ago that you're gonna go to the UK offices, a huge fucking clothing company that runs over the world, and there's gonna be people that are gonna listen to you, naive child that really doesn't know anything. It would have been one of the most surreal things you could have told me, you know? And I think we know nothing, but we have a lot of curiosity and a lot of genuine passion for what we do. So if that could resonate with you slightly, I'm super happy. So thank you.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, súper bien.
¿Qué tal? Sois unos cracks.
Nada. Qué responsabilidad, ¿sabes? De tener que hablar a toda esta gente y tal, que dices, uff.
No, una pasada.
Hi there. Dan. So we're optimising out of 5,000 things. What's the right 50 things to go on each model? And then when it arrives, we split that out and these guys are prepping stuff for tomorrow. So all of this you'll see.
And the first one we're going to go to is G-Weld, and you'll see it in
what
there.
Does G stand for something?
Glam.
First thing I take away from the London trip, which is amazing, it's never abandon genuine curiosity. I think it's so important to step out of your bubble, see what is outside, talk to people, ask questions. God gave us one mouth, 2 ears, and that was for one reason only. Listen, motherfucker, listen. Some of the people I most admire no matter how old they were, what their status was, something that they all have in common, or a common pattern, is that they all listen. Listen. And also something cool is getting to talk to all these brands gives me this nostalgic feeling, which I don't think is bad, of like, fuck, I wish I would have appreciated a bit more of the moment. And if I had one regret of getting to the point where we've gotten, is not enjoying the process maybe enough. Try to cherish every single moment, because I'm the youngest I'm ever gonna be right now, and this is the only time I'm ever gonna get to live this moment.